Die! Come on! Mr. Brown, get over here. Ah! Ah! Welcome to the Boneyard. As you can tell, llamas don't really want to get separated from their families, no matter how hard you try. I don't know the distance, but a certain distance away, they do eventually kind of break their desire to be with them, or they run away. So, as you can tell, we've been busy getting this area together, forming a small little town or community. I thought it was, it's kind of one of my goals. My biggest goal when I started setting out was to, and expand on my own building capabilities. Uh, Two of the projects that I have coming up are actually old projects. They are builds that I had on SMPs. Jeez, I need to do something with you guys. See, now we're far enough away, we can finally kind of walk in a little peace. Mr. Brown has finally decided to come along with me. As you can see, it takes a little distance, and he eventually will break his attachment to all the other llamas, and he'll just be your friend. But one of the reasons why we have him is because this is an exploration episode. Yes, we're going to go looking for some mangrove trees. It's a tree that I haven't had yet, and for the next build that I have in mind, it requires the mangrove trees. So we're going to go exploring in this episode with Mr. Brown here. Maybe I should call him Mr. Orange. Okay, Mr. Brown it is. So for our adventure out, I want to pretty much make sure that we have a clear inventory. And I'm going to get rid of our fortune pickaxe at the moment. Everything else I think is going to stay with us. Do I really need this? Maybe. Of course, the armor's going to come. Might as well just put that right on so we can get moving. Do I need a water bucket? Maybe. And probably a boat. Yeah, we're going to need one. Yeah, we're going to need a boat. And the sun setting. Oh, look, I put a painting up. Catchy, right? I like it a lot. Now that we're ready, I need to decide where we're going to go. We've been west and found a bunch of ocean monuments and some villages. It was more for exposing the world for the MCA Selector episode, but I never came across any swamps. And south we know there's a desert with some red sand and badlands, so I'm not interested in going that way. That leaves north and east, and there's a 50-50 chance of what to find, pretty much. I still like playing organically, so I flipped a coin, and we're heading north. So let's get moving. Our first feature of interest is this ravine. However, this is the edge of where I trimmed some chunks, so if there was or is an ancient city down there, it may or may not be there, or it might have been sliced in half. I may want to explore just to see. So I headed west to get around the ravine, only to be stymied by some snow, or maybe powdered snow? I didn't bring any leather boots to find out, so I continued west to get around it. You can notice texture difference between the... You guys need to be quiet. Hold on one moment. Okay, so you can notice some difference in the texture of the snow blocks and the powdered snow blocks. Let's have a look here real quick. So from above is actually a great indicator. You can see how soft the snow block actually is. This is the one you can actually stand on, where the powdered snow block is very pixelated and hard. It's got a lot more cuts. So you get the softer, blurrier kind of look, and this is harder. So this is the stuff you sink in. But did you know, like, if you're like coming along and you just can't tell the difference, did you also know that you can place snow on top of snow blocks, but you cannot place snow on the powdered snow blocks? So if you're crossing, yourself some snowy tundra of some sort, yeah. There's the other thing is you crouch and you try to go over, you also cannot fall off into it. It's like almost like an air block. So that's another indicator of whether, so if you crouch through the snow, you can probably make it through just by crouching. There's your exploration tip of the day. I don't know what happened to him. And that's what I did. When I felt like I was going too far west, I just braved crossing some snow and I made sure I stayed on the snow carpeted style blocks. After about 45 minutes, we've come across our first village. Not much I need here, I'll just set my spawn point. It looks like more snow to the north, so we'll head west, only to find another village. We continued northwest up a river to stay outside the snow and the ice. I mean, we're not going to find any mangrove in there. And this area is pretty uneventful, but I do get excited when I see half a shipwreck. I zigzag my way along another river just north of the shipwreck, and my hopes lift as I see some jungle. If Minecraft biome generation is accurate about how they border each other, then a damp jungle may lead into some wet swamp. We finally find one, just on the other side of this lagoon. So let's get some mangrove wood and some propagules. I have room for mud, so I'm going to grab a couple stacks while I'm here. Hey, we got what we came for. I did notice a broken portal with the replays and editing, so we're going to go over and check it out. I got the space. Why not? Oh, look at that. All right, so we'll get this gold block over here. This, that's easy. And is there any more? Sometimes we find more. No? Sometimes I see two. All right, what's in this here box? Oh, my first golden carrots. Not bad. And a bell. Okay. That's good. If I had a farmer, I would have had these golden carrots by now. These are my first. Don't really need the flints and gold mending boots. Hey, again, like I said, we got the space, so might as well grab it. Sun's going down. I'll sleep here, make my way home, and I will meet you guys there in the speed of an edit. Here we are. Mr. Brown and I have made it back safe and sound. I've already put the goodies away, and it's time to grind. Need more mangrove planks and terracotta for the next build, so I'll be right back. And because I like you, I have saved you once again from having to watch me grind out the materials. I've moved the cows out already, and this is our next building area. So let's get building. What do you think? This is a very B00100 inspired build. I've been watching a lot of his off-camera live stream as well as his Building with B-Dubs series and wanted to spin my wheels on the technique he's been demonstrating. Up close, it looks like a mess of blocks. But further back here, you really see how the blocks begin to blend together. Pretty amazing. So I'm going to need your help on this one. I initially designed this for the butcher and to build it into a butcher shop. But as I move around, it doesn't feel like a butcher shop. Maybe it's because I haven't decorated it yet, but my instinct is not butcher. So write down in the comments section what villager you feel should reside here. Because to be honest, I feel like a tea shop barista should be here. But there's none of those in the game. We have farmers, but I have a different idea for the farmers, and we have Fletchers. Fletchers could do here pretty well, I guess. And we don't need librarians. We've got a building for them. We got a toolsmith, weaponsmith. We got the leather worker, the cartographer. Whoever you feel should come in here. Maybe you do feel the butcher should be here. No, just let me know in the comment section. And as you move your cursor down to leave a comment about the villager, why not go ahead and hit that like button? I appreciate it. And if you've enjoyed this episode and have been on the fence maybe 2 or 3 episodes now, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button because that would be nice too. These things let me know that I'm on the right path with what I'm doing. Last week, I did my first ever live stream and I took you guys to the Nether. At the end of the live stream, unfortunately, I was still in the Nether. And as you can see, I am back. And I want to leave the return adventure for our next episode. So please join us again for that. And as always, I thank you all so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Cheers.
There was a house on the hillside, a house on the hillside, a house on the hillside to see. There was a house on the hillside, a house on the hillside, a house on the hillside to visit Daddy Boneyard.